On our website, you can get PDF learning materials for free. Please visit englist.me.
Conventionally.
In a way that follows accepted customs, rules, or standards, in a way that is typical or traditional.
Examples:
Conventionally dressed. Conventionally grown crops. Conventionally, doctors recommend getting at least 8 hours of sleep per night for optimal health.
Divide.
To separate or cause to separate into parts or groups.
Examples:
Divide the cake into 2 pieces. Divide money equally. Can you divide 123,321 by 11?
Realm.
A domain of activity, interest, or knowledge.
Examples:
Public realm. Beyond the realm of possibility. Her passions are in the realm of real-world political affairs.
Distinction.
A difference or contrast between similar things or people.
Examples:
Important distinction. Draw a distinction. I can't see any distinction between these two concepts.
Property.
A thing or things that belong to someone.
Examples:
A man of property. Chemical property. He stood to inherit $1 million property.
Attune.
To make receptive or aware, to bring into harmony or alignment.
Examples:
Attune to nature. Attune myself to the rhythm. It is important to attune yourself to your customers' needs to provide the best service possible.
Nuance.
A subtle or slight degree of difference in appearance, meaning, sound, someone's feeling, etc.
Examples:
Rich in nuance. Subtle cultural nuance. The painter has tried to express every nuance of the woman's expression in his work.
Translate.
To convert or change words into another language.
Examples:
Translate a document into English. Translate the emotion to a movement. Translate the text from Italian into English.
Generic.
Not specific, not linked to a particular brand or product.
Examples:
A generic product. Generic version. The generic aspirin brand was just as effective as the name brand, but much cheaper.
Qualitative.
Relating to or involving qualities, such as properties, characteristics, or features, rather than quantities or numbers, often used to describe research or analysis that focuses on subjective or non-measurable factors.
Examples:
Qualitative analysis. Qualitative factors. The researchers used a qualitative approach to analyze their findings.
Studio.
A room or building where creative or artistic work is produced, a television or radio production company.
Examples:
A photo studio, music studio. She works at a recording studio in Los Angeles.
Chunk.
A thick and solid mass or piece of something.
Examples:
A chunk of money, a tiny chunk of meat. The new startup company carved out a large chunk of the market within a year.
Transform.
To change an outward structure or looks.
Examples:
Transform an education system. Transform heat into power. My father's death transformed my life completely.
Neglect.
To not give enough care or attention to something, to leave something undone.
Examples:
Neglect to call. Neglect ethical issues. He neglected his health to make the project a success.
Industrial.
Of or relating to or resulting from industry.
Examples:
Beginning of the Industrial Revolution. Industrial alcohol. Industrial design has become more focused on human nature aspect than ever before.
Ruin.
To damage, spoil, or demolish something. Noun, an unrecoverable state of devastation and destruction.
Examples:
Ruin the plan. Ruin the reputation. He knocked over the red wine and ruined the tablecloth.
Viable.
Capable of being done as intended, able to succeed.
Examples:
Achieve a viable relationship. Develop a viable therapy. Male gorillas with good drumming skills are more viable.
Backward.
At, to, or toward the direction or place that is behind or rear.
Examples:
Walk backward. Backward angle. She falls over backward when she sees her mother-in-law.
Relevance.
The state or degree of being closely connected or appropriate to the matter at hand.
Examples:
Have no relevance. Relevance category. The relevance of this information to the current situation needs to be investigated.
Synchronize.
To happen or cause to happen at the same time or rate.
Examples:
Synchronize movements. Synchronize our watches. The ball speed will increase when the lower body movements are perfectly synchronized.
Democracy.
A form of government in which the people have the authority to deliberate and decide legislation, or to choose governing officials to do so.
Examples:
Democracy advocate. Principles of democracy. Democracy often entails inclusive capitalism as well.
Opera.
A drama set to music, in which the words are sung rather than spoken.
Examples:
Ballad opera. Opera performance. She loves going to the opera house and hearing the beautiful music.
Erase.
To remove something completely, especially by rubbing it.
Examples:
Erase a memory. Erased the files. He attempted to erase the misspelled word.
Architecture.
The art and science of designing and constructing buildings.
Examples:
Architecture design. Classic architecture. The city is known for its impressive architecture and beautiful old buildings.
Urban.
Relating to or located in a town or city.
Examples:
Urban planning. Urban property owners. Only a small number of urban utilities offer sanitation services.
Landscape.
An expanse of scenery that can be seen in a single view, a large area of land, especially in the country and relating to its appearance.
Examples:
A peaceful landscape. Landscape painting. Recent electoral shocks have shaken the political landscape in Europe.
Transformation.
A complete change in form, nature, or appearance of someone or something.
Examples:
The transformation of a tadpole into a frog. Cast a transformation spell. Understanding unitary transformations of a normal matrix require considerable mathematical sophistication.
Revered.
Highly respected or admired, often because of moral or spiritual qualities.
Examples:
Revered figure. The most revered president. The revered teacher was loved by her students.
Nation.
A large organized community of people living in a particular country or region and having a particular culture.
Examples:
Nation-state. A seafaring nation. The nation of Japan is known for its unique culture and advanced technology.
Mall.
A large, enclosed shopping center that typically contains many stores, restaurants, and other businesses.
Examples:
Largest electronic mall. Mall crawler. Many people go to the shopping mall to socialize and spend time with friends.
Symbol.
Something visible that is used to represent something else.
Examples:
Symbol color. Symbol for happiness. The dragon is considered a symbol of bravery.
Fantastic.
Extremely good, excellent.
Examples:
A fantastic dress. Absolutely fantastic event. The new amusement park ride was fantastic, with twists, turns, and drops that left riders screaming with excitement.
Artifact:
A person-made object, especially one of historical or cultural interest.
Examples:
Paleolithic artifacts. Peruvian artifacts. The museum has a vast collection of Greek artifacts.
Define:
To state or explain precisely the nature, scope, or meaning of something.
Examples:
Define a word. Define my position. To advance this discussion, we must define success rigorously.
Discontent:
A feeling of dissatisfaction or unhappiness with a situation or condition, a lack of contentment.
Examples:
Long-simmering discontent. Discontent with the status quo. There is widespread discontent among the workers over the new policies.
Pivotal:
Relating to or acting as a pivot or central point, crucial or essential to the success or outcome of something.
Examples:
Pivotal moment. Pivotal role. The CEO's decision was pivotal in the success of the company's expansion plans.
Inscribe:
To write or carve something on a surface, especially as a formal or permanent record.
Examples:
Inscribe a message. Inscribe in her mind clearly. The artist inscribed a beautiful design on the surface of the vase.
March:
To walk militarily with stiff, regular steps.
Examples:
March against the war. March east. The troops marched shoulder to shoulder.
Protest:
A strong expression of disagreement, disapproval, or opposition.
Examples:
Hold a protest. A silent protest. He left the party in protest at its radical political stance.
Commemorate:
To honor the memory of someone or something by ceremony or tribute.
Examples:
Commemorate her long life. Commemorate a deed. The country commemorated the war heroes on Memorial Day.
Pandemic:
An outbreak of a disease that affects many people over a very wide area.
Examples:
Flu pandemic. Global pandemic. They fear a pandemic of a new type of virus.
Reproductive:
Connected with the process of reproduction, relating to reproducing babies, young animals, or plants.
Examples:
Reproductive ability. During reproductive period. This documentary deals with the reproductive biology of the buffalo.
Civic.
Of or relating to a town, city, or the people who live in it.
Examples:
civic activity, civic center. The city promotes civic collaboration in community development.
Dissent.
Possessing or expressing views that differ from those that are officially accepted.
Examples:
dissent opinion. With no dissent. The dictatorship crushes all dissent severely.
Synonymous.
Having the same or a similar meaning as another word or phrase.
Examples:
synonymous terms. Non-synonymous mutation. The phrase big shot and important person are synonymous.
Disconnect.
To unfasten or disjoin something, especially to break the connection between a supply of gas, water, or electricity and a piece of equipment.
Examples:
disconnect a plug. Disconnect the water supply. She finally decided to disconnect herself from the company.
Communicate.
To share or exchange information with others by speaking, writing, moving your body, or using other signals.
Examples:
communicate his anxieties to the psychiatrist. Communicate well with my advisor. Dolphins use sound to communicate with each other.
Discursive.
Rambling or digressing from one topic to another without a clear or coherent structure. Characterized by a tendency to wander or stray from the main point or subject.
Examples:
discursive essay. Discursive argument. The book includes many discursive footnotes that add additional context and information.
Relation.
The way two persons or groups of people feel and act toward one another.
Examples:
relation between cause and effect. Relation of inclusion. The industrial relations laws were passed with little to no alteration.
Receiver.
The part of a phone that you hold close to your ear and mouth, a person who receives something.
Examples:
a GPS receiver. Aid receiver. Delivery companies often require the receiver's signature to certify the completion of package delivery.
Dinosaur.
A large extinct reptile, often with an armored back, long neck, tail, and bony plates on the skin.
Examples:
hulking dinosaur. Dinosaur fossil. The discovery of a new dinosaur species made headlines in the scientific community.
Insect.
Any small creature that has 6 legs and a body divided into 3 sections.
Examples:
Insect antenna. Insect biology. These insects are more prevalent above a certain latitude.
Locomotive.
A powered rail vehicle used for pulling trains or railway cars, an engine that produces the necessary power for the train to move on the tracks.
Examples:
Locomotive engine. Diesel locomotive. The powerful locomotive chugged along the tracks, hauling a long line of freight cars.
Involve.
To include or affect someone or something as a necessary part of something else.
Examples:
Involve a lot of paperwork. Involve a high degree of risk. The investigation involves several government agencies and is expected to take several months.
Determinant.
A factor, circumstance, or condition that contributes to the shaping, influencing, or determining of a particular outcome or result.
Examples:
Environmental determinant. A determinant of crop yields. One determinant of success is having a positive attitude and a strong work ethic.
Advantage.
A condition or circumstance that puts one in a favorable or superior position, a beneficial feature or asset that someone or something has.
Examples:
Score an advantage. Take advantage of his weak points. One of the main advantages of the new product is its increased efficiency.
Inherent.
Existing in something as a permanent, essential, or characteristic attribute.
Examples:
Inherent risk. Have an inherent dislike. Honesty is an inherent quality that everyone should strive to possess.
Implicit.
Suggested but not directly expressed.
Examples:
Implicit bias. Give implicit consent. The implicit meaning behind his words was clear, even though he did not explicitly say it.
Forge.
To fashion or shape metal by heating it and hammering it into shape, to create or develop something new or original, to form strong bonds or relationships with others.
Examples:
Forge an alliance. Forge iron. She had to forge her father's signature on the permission slip because he was out of town.
Ultimate.
Furthest or highest in degree or order.
Examples:
The ultimate goal in life. The ultimate luxury. Management must take ultimate responsibility for the accident.
Insert.
To put something inside something else.
Examples:
Insert coin. Insert a graphic. She inserted a new chapter into her manuscript.
Dialogue.
A conversation in a book, play, or film.
Examples:
Platonic dialogues. The form of a dialogue. He recorded the dialogue at the time of the incident.
Affair.
Event, situation, or subject that is significant from a political or public perspective, a secretive or illicit sexual relationship.
Examples:
Current affairs. Domestic affairs. Some critics say this exhibition will be a big affair.
Diplomacy.
The art and practice of conducting negotiations between nations, organizations, or people. The fine art of dealing with people in a sensitive and effective way.
Examples:
The language of diplomacy. The art of diplomacy. Effective diplomacy is necessary to resolve conflicts and maintain relationships between countries.
Embassy.
The diplomatic building where a country's representatives to a foreign country are based.
Examples:
Embassy staff. Embassy function. The embassy building was heavily guarded by security personnel.
Harness.
To control and exploit the power of something, especially natural resources that produce energy. Noun, a set of narrow pieces of leather and metal that are used to control or hold in place a person, animal, or object.
Examples:
Harness a horse to a carriage. Put a harness on my pet. People have been exploring ways to harness natural forces and resources since ancient times.
Intellect.
The ability to think logically and comprehend information, especially at an advanced level.
Examples:
Enrich my intellect. Human intellect. Your intellect is capable of distinguishing among similar objects.
Brain.
The organ inside the head that is responsible for one's movement, thought, memory, and feeling.
Examples:
Basic brain function. Permanent brain damage. X-rays revealed a small tumor in his brain.
Evolve.
To develop gradually, or to cause the development of something or someone gradually.
Examples:
Evolve. Evolve over the past decade. Eyeless fish evolved in dark caves.
Exhibit.
To show something in public for people to enjoy or to provide them with information.
Examples:
Exhibit a bad attitude. Exhibit a great talent. Other technology industries exhibit similarly explosive growth.
Contemporary.
Belonging to the same or present time.
Examples:
Field of contemporary art. Contemporary leaders. Contemporary music has gained different followers from existing music.
Discourse.
Any form of communication in speech or writing.
Examples.
Hold discourse with him. A discourse about art. Sweet discourse makes short days and nights.
Policy.
A set of rules, guidelines, principles, or procedures that govern decision-making or action, often used in the context of business or government. A course of action or plan of action adopted or followed by an organization or individual to achieve a goal or objective.
Examples.
Health policy. Foreign policy. The company's new policy on remote work has made it a more inclusive workplace.
Economy.
The system by which a country or region produces, manages, and distributes goods and services, including the money and finances involved in these activities, of an airline, the lowest priced, most basic option for seating in commercial travel.
Examples.
Economy of scale. Economy class. The economy of the country is struggling due to the recent political instability.
Interdisciplinary.
Involving or combining several academic disciplines or fields of study.
Examples.
Interdisciplinary research. An interdisciplinary conference. The interdisciplinary approach to solving the problem involved experts from multiple fields working together.
Confer.
To have a meeting or discussion, to come to a decision or agreement or exchange ideas, to bestow something.
Examples.
Confer degree. Confer honor. The leaders of the two countries met to confer on the issue.
Expand.
To increase or to make something greater in size, number, or importance.
Examples.
Expand a lineup. Expand agricultural output. They hope to expand their business worldwide.
Appropriate.
Suitable or proper in the circumstances, fitting.
Examples.
Appropriate behavior. An appropriate time. It would be appropriate to dress nicely for the wedding.
Deploy.
To move troops or weapons into a position or military action, to bring into something in an effective way.
Examples.
Deploy troops for battle. Deploy safety measures. This country deployed its weapons in the East region.
Structure.
The way of construction of something and the arrangement of its parts, or a complex thing constructed of many parts.
Examples.
The structure of a machine. Structure and function of the brain. The organizational structure of startups is often flat and straightforward.
Concrete.
Existing in a physical or material form rather than an abstract one, based on facts rather than ideas or guesses, made of or covered with cement.
Examples:
A concrete noun. Concrete examples. The president asked for a more concrete plan.
Dough.
A mixture of flour, liquid, and other ingredients, typically used to make bread, pastry, or pasta.
Examples:
Work dough. Dough for pastry. She mixed flour, yeast, sugar, and water to make dough for the bread.
Hulking.
Large, heavy, and clumsy.
Examples:
Hulking silhouette. Hulking presence. He was intimidated by the hulking figure standing in the doorway.
Silent.
Without any or little sound.
Examples:
Silent reading. Give silent consent. The politician remained silent despite intense media scrutiny.
Cloister.
A covered walkway, usually surrounding a central courtyard or garden, typically found in monasteries or convents, a tranquil and secluded place, often associated with religious or academic seclusion and contemplation.
Examples:
Medieval cloister. Secluded cloister. The peaceful ambience of the monastery's cloister provided a quiet space for reflection.
Arrogant.
Having or revealing an exaggerated sense of one's importance or abilities.
Examples:
An arrogant attitude. Grow arrogant. He was so arrogant that he thought he was always right.
Redeem.
To compensate for the faults or bad aspects of something, to regain possession or assume ownership of something by paying a sum of money or fulfilling a condition, to rescue or save someone from a difficult or hopeless situation.
Examples:
Redeem a coupon. Redeem a government bond. He tried to redeem himself by volunteering at the local charity after his mistakes.
Feat.
A notable or impressive achievement, especially one that requires great skill or bravery.
Examples:
Intellectual feat. Feat accomplishment. It is an incredible feat to climb Mount Everest, the highest mountain in the world.
Lift.
To raise something to a higher position or level, to pick up something or somebody and move them to a different position.
Examples:
Lift sagging skin. Lift a ban on alcohol. The drought lifted the prices of grain globally.
Void.
An empty space, a feeling of emptiness, adjective, lacking any legal or binding force.
Examples:
Void of expression. Void contract. The void in her heart was filled with the love of her family.
Spirit.
The part of a person which is the seat of their mind, feelings, and character rather than their physical body, the general atmosphere of a place or situation, and the effect that it has on people.
Examples:
Spirit and the letter of the law. An indomitable spirit. Despite their tragic loss, the family is showing great spirit.
Facade.
The face or front of a building, especially a large one, superficial or false appearance intended to conceal something unpleasant.
Examples:
The outside facade of a castle. Facade of wealth. A gentle facade concealed his powerfulness.
Corporate.
Of or relating to a large company.
Examples:
Corporate right. Corporate environment. The corporate office has decided to lay off 10% of the workforce.
Mount.
To increase, go up, or advance gradually or continuously, to prepare and supply with the necessary equipment for execution or performance, to ride on something or someone.
Examples:
Mount a hill. Mount a counterattack. They mounted pictures on the paper in preparation for the birthday card.
Critic.
Someone who expresses opinions about the quality of books, music, etc.
Examples:
Art critic. Severe critic. Advocates for legal reform hear less harsh words from their critics.
Modern.
Of or belonging to the present time or recent times.
Examples:
Modern poetry. Pre-modern agricultural society. Their headquarters are in a modern skyscraper.
Maim.
To injure or wound someone seriously, particularly by permanently disabling or disfiguring a body part.
Examples:
Maim a victim. Maim his hand. The reckless driver maimed several pedestrians after losing control of the vehicle.
Monument.
A statue, building, or other structure erected to commemorate a person or event.
Examples:
Humanities monument. Monument honoring. The stone monument was built to commemorate the war heroes.
Progressive.
Relating to or supporting development or advancement, especially social or political one.
Examples:
Progressive taxation. Progressive development. The progressive approach to education emphasizes hands-on learning and student-centered classrooms.
Courtyard.
An open space surrounded by buildings or walls, often in the center of a building or group of buildings.
Examples:
Quiet courtyard. Spacious courtyard. The hotel's beautiful courtyard was the perfect spot for a wedding reception.
Sculpture.
The art of creating three-dimensional objects or forms, typically by carving, modeling, or casting in a variety of materials such as stone, wood, metal, or clay.
Examples:
Create sculpture. Abstract sculpture. The ancient Greek sculptures are known for their realism and attention to detail.
Bury.
To place a dead body in the ground, grave, or tomb.
Examples:
Bury in the earth. Bury emotion. There is plenty of space to bury everyone.
Invisible.
Impossible or nearly impossible to see.
Examples:
An invisible asset. Invisible stars. The phenomenon is invisible at optical wavelengths.
Icon.
A picture or statue of a holy person considered to be a sacred thing, a little icon on the screen of a computer or smartphone that denotes an application or a file.
Examples:
Icon for young people. Television icon. Some comic book characters are considered gay icons.
Monumental.
Great in importance or influence, size, extent, or solidity, massive.
Examples:
Monumental task. Monumental sculpture. Everyone, even non-scholars, knows Einstein's monumental contributions to physics.
Institute.
An organization that has a specific purpose, particularly one dealing with science, education, or a particular profession. Verb, to initiate, introduce, or establish something.
Examples:
Institute a lawsuit. Research institutes. This region has many institutes offering higher education.
Neoclassical.
Relating to a revival of classic forms, styles, or ideas, especially those of ancient Greek and Roman art and architecture, that emerged in the late 18th and early 19th centuries.
Examples:
Neoclassical economics. Neoclassical music. The neoclassical style of architecture is characterized by symmetry and simplicity.
Opaque.
Not transparent, not allowing light to pass through, not permitting a clear view.
Examples:
Opaque material. Opaque color. The curtains were made of opaque fabric that blocked out all light.
Inhabit.
To live in a specific location, to reside.
Examples:
Inhabit a cave. Inhabit the stomach. I have no idea what sort of folks inhabit the neighborhood.
Entirely.
Completely.
Examples:
entirely satisfied with the meal. He was entirely to blame. Later, his claim was found to be entirely false.
Imaginary.
Existing only in someone's mind.
Examples:
imaginary number. Imaginary pregnancy. Little children tend to have imaginary friends.
Ephemeral.
Lasting or used for only a short time.
Examples:
ephemeral joys. Ephemeral materials. His success as a famous actor was ephemeral.
Giant.
Extremely big, much bigger or more important than similar items usually are.
Examples:
giant trees. Giant tech company. The giant jets that gradually dominate the world's airlines.
Airbag.
A safety device designed to inflate rapidly in the event of a collision, protecting the occupants of a vehicle and reducing the risk of injury or death.
Examples:
defective airbag. Airbag deployment. The airbag system in the car saved the driver's life in a severe crash.
Expansion.
The process of becoming larger or more extensive, or the result of this process.
Examples:
industrial expansion. Expansion project. The company is undergoing an expansion, opening new locations in several states.
Ooze.
To flow or seep out slowly, often in a thick, viscous manner, to exude or emit slowly and steadily.
Examples:
ooze from the speakers. Ooze with confidence. The wound on his leg continued to ooze blood even after he applied pressure.
Poetic.
Of or relating to poetry, equals a piece of writing that emphasizes the expression of feelings and ideas, using language in an imaginative and expressive way.
Examples:
poetic genius. Poetic justice. The sunset was so beautiful, it looked like a poetic scene from a movie.
Inhale.
To breathe in air or a different substance, such as smoke.
Examples:
inhale the smoke. Inhale the aroma. He inhaled deeply, trying to calm down.
Dup.
To give someone or something an unofficial name or nickname, to provide movies with a voice of a foreign language.
Examples:
dub the film in English. Dub data. We dubbed him Iron Man because of his toughness.
Bubble.
A thin, round, and often transparent mass of gas that is surrounded by a thin layer of liquid, a state of economic or social prosperity that is unsustainable and eventually collapses.
Examples:
Bubble in the champagne glass. Economic bubble. Many people worry that the current real estate market is a bubble that could burst soon.
Lounge.
A waiting room as in a hotel or airport.
Examples:
Departure lounge. Conversation lounge. We will go to the VIP lounge at the airport till departure.
Volume.
The amount of space occupied by an object or substance, the magnitude of sound.
Examples:
Volume of work. High volume. This container has a volume of 10 cubic meters.
Membrane.
A soft, thin layer that forms animal or vegetable tissue.
Examples:
Cell membranes. Nuclear membrane. Loud noises might harm the fragile ear membrane.
Translucent.
Allowing light to pass through, but scattering it so that objects behind cannot be seen clearly, partially transparent.
Examples:
Translucent glass. Translucent skin. The sunlight shone through the translucent curtains, casting a warm glow in the room.
Silicon.
A chemical element with the symbol C that is a hard, brittle crystalline solid with a blue-gray metallic luster and used for the transistors and integrated circuit chips in computers.
Examples:
Silicon wafer. Crystalline silicon. Silicon is the second most abundant element on Earth after oxygen.
Fiber.
Thread or filament used to make a vegetable tissue, mineral material, or textile.
Examples:
Carbon fiber. Synthetic fiber. We must consume dietary fiber to maintain good health.
Inflated.
Swollen or blown up, especially with air or gas, excessively or unreasonably high.
Examples:
Inflated prices. An inflated balloon. The athlete's ego became inflated by their success.
Approve.
To think that someone or something is favorable, acceptable, or appropriate, to officially accept a plan, request, etc.
Examples:
Approve of measures. Unanimously approve a resolution. My boss wouldn't approve of the plan.
Government.
The group of people with authority to control a country or state.
Examples:
Government bureaucracy. Government funding. The federal government is planning to increase taxes for the next fiscal year.
Preserve.
To keep or maintain a particular quality, feature, etc., especially to prevent it from decaying, being damaged, or being destroyed.
Examples:
Preserve my strength. Preserve a country's heritage. They worked hard to preserve the nature of their native lands.
Dignity.
The quality of being worthy of esteem or respect, high office or rank or station.
Examples:
Respect for human dignity. Retain everyone's dignity. The failure destroyed his trust and personal dignity.
Sanctity.
The quality of being sacred, holy, or blessed, the state of being pure, untainted, or inviolable, the ultimate importance or reverence attributed to something.
Examples:
Sanctity of life. Violate the sanctity. The sanctity of human life is a fundamental principle of many religions.
Blush.
To become red in the face from embarrassment, shame, or modesty.
Examples:
Blush bright red. Blush for my mistake. She blushed when the boy complimented her.
Interpret.
To explain or assign the meaning of information, actions, etc.
Examples:
Interpret a graph. Interpret the question. Different people might interpret this news differently.
Combination.
A collection of things that have been combined, an assemblage of separate parts or qualities.
Examples:
Genic combinations. Combination number. The combination to the safe was a secret.
Iconoclastic.
Characterized by a tendency to challenge or overthrow traditional beliefs, customs, or values, breaking or rejecting established norms or conventions.
Examples:
Iconoclastic artist. Iconoclastic movement. His iconoclastic views challenged traditional beliefs and sparked debate.
Creative.
Relating to or involving the use of skill and original and unusual ideas to create something.
Examples:
Creative writing. Barren of creative spirit. All the supervisor has to do is assign tasks that make his subordinates more creative.
Interpretation.
An explanation or opinion of something, especially that is not immediately obvious.
Examples:
The interpretation of history. Open to interpretation. His interpretations of literary works are often unique.
Congressional.
Of or relating to Congress, especially to the Congress of the United States.
Examples:
Congressional approval. Suspend a congressional meeting. There was a congressional probe into the scandal.
Spire.
A tall, pointed structure on a building or landscape, a tapering conical or pyramidal structure on a plant or an animal.
Examples:
Spire Cathedral. gilded spire. The church's spire towered over the small village, visible from miles away.
Tower.
A structure that is exceptionally high in proportion to its width and either forms part of a building or stands alone.
Examples:
A bell tower. The tower on a cliff. She is a tower of strength for our team in trouble.
Dome.
A rounded vault forming the roof of a building or structure, typically with a circular base.
Examples:
Snow dome. Dome structure. The cathedral dome soared high above, its stained glass windows casting colorful light on the altar below.
Minaret.
A tall, slender tower attached to a mosque, from which the muezzin calls Muslims to prayer.
Examples:
Minaret tower. Minaret call. The minaret of the mosque soared high above the city.
Exempt.
Free from or not subject to a particular requirement or restriction. Verb, to excuse someone or something from an obligation, payment, etc.
Examples:
Goods exempt from tax. Exempt from the law. Members of the military are exempt from paying taxes.
Church.
A building or institution dedicated to religious worship or activities, a Christian religious organization or denomination.
Examples:
Church bell. Small church. The church on the corner is hosting a free community meal tonight.
Pantheon.
A temple dedicated to all the gods or goddesses of a particular religion or mythology, a group of something or someone that is remarkably respected, famous, or important.
Examples:
Pantheon of products. Ancient pantheon. The pantheon of Greek gods and goddesses is well known throughout Western culture.
Cubic.
Having the shape of a cube or being of 3 dimensions, measured in units that are the third power of a linear unit.
Examples:
Cubic meter. Cubic structure. The package was a cubic shape, which made it easier to stack on the shelf.
Compress.
To press or squeeze together to make something take up less space.
Examples:
Compress the chest. Compress gas. She compressed the files into a single zip archive to save space on her computer.
Argue.
To express differing opinions or points of view, often in a heated or contentious manner, to present a case or reasoning to persuade or convince others.
Examples:
Argue a case. Argue passionately. The couple began to argue over which restaurant to go to for dinner.
Merit.
The quality of being particularly good or worthy, especially to deserve praise or reward.
Examples:
Merit-based. The order of merit. She was promoted based on her merits as a hardworking and dedicated employee.
Landmark.
A notable or important event, place, or achievement, a significant object or feature that serves as a reference point.
Examples:
Literary landmark. Act as a landmark. The new museum is a prestigious landmark in the city's cultural scene.
Historic.
Famous or significant in history, or potentially so.
Examples:
Historic accomplishment. Achieve the historic feat. The Chinese people have accomplished several historic feats.
Sensitive.
Able to notice slight changes, signals, or influences. Able to feel or perceive others' feelings. Susceptible to the things people say or do.
Examples:
Sensitive documents. Baby with sensitive skin. The teacher is very sensitive to children's feelings.
Trace.
To find or discover someone or something that was lost.
Examples:
Trace a telephone call. Trace back to medieval times. Let's trace the origins of some familiar foreign words.
Strained.
Tight, tense, or stretched, under pressure or stress, characterized by a lack of ease or naturalness.
Examples:
Strained relationship. Strained muscles. The musician's face showed a strained expression as he struggled to hit the high note.
Cable.
A set of wires covered by plastic or rubber that carries electricity, phone signals, etc. A solid thick rope made of twisted hemp or steel wire.
Examples:
Cable television. Coaxial cable. This system uses submarine cables to exchange information between continents.
Bond.
A close emotional connection between two or more people, a certificate of debt that a government or corporation issues to raise money.
Examples:
Bond as a family. Global bond market. They had formed a friendship bond.
Technique.
A particular way or art of doing something that needs skill.
Examples:
A technique in martial arts. The technique applied to construction. Jockey's superior technique brought him victory.
Permanent.
Lasting for a long time without essential change.
Examples:
Literature of permanent value. Permanent life insurance. She is searching for a permanent residence.
Steel.
A strong metal alloy made up of iron with typically a few tenths of a % of carbon used for making things that need a strong structure.
Examples:
Magnetic steel, steel beam. This bridge is the third largest steel bridge in the world.
Vantage.
A position or place that provides a commanding or advantageous view or perspective, a favorable position or advantage.
Examples:
Strategic vantage, gain a vantage. From our vantage point, we could see the whole city skyline.
Restriction.
A limitation or constraint placed on something, or the act of limiting or constraining something.
Examples:
Nutritional restriction, restriction on trade. The restriction on travel during the pandemic made it difficult for people to see their loved ones.
Glow.
To give out a steady, strong light.
Examples:
Glow a pale orange, glow golden the light. The sun was setting, and the sky glowed with beautiful colors.
Capital.
A building that houses a legislative assembly, especially the U.S. Congress.
Examples:
The nation's capital, Capitol Hill hearing. The Capitol building was a stunning example of classical architecture, with its marble columns and grand dome.
Hierarchy.
A system in which people or things are organized into different levels of importance from highest to lowest.
Examples:
Top of the hierarchy, hierarchy of folders. She has taken a step up in the organizational hierarchy.
Delivery.
The act of taking or sending something to a destination, the bringing of a baby during childbirth.
Examples:
An easy delivery, special delivery. The delivery truck arrived with the packages.
Hoist.
To elevate or drag anything to a higher position, usually with the help of ropes or specific equipment.
Examples:
Hoist the flags, hoist the anchor. The patient was hoisted onto the operation table.
Restrain.
To prevent or hold back from doing something, often by physical or moral force, to limit or restrict one's actions or behavior, to control or moderate strong emotions or impulses.
Examples:
Restrain from violence, restrain a child. The police had to restrain the suspect after he became violent during the arrest.
Ballast.
Heavy material, usually stones or sand, used to stabilize a ship or other structure, anything that provides stability or support.
Examples:
Ballast weight, ballast water. The ship's ballast helped to keep it stable during the storm.
Bureaucracy.
A system of government in which most of the important decisions are made by state officials rather than by elected representatives.
Examples:
Government bureaucracy. Arbitrary bureaucracy. The bumbling bureaucracy made it difficult to get the permits we needed.
Install.
To fix furniture, a machine, or a piece of equipment into position so that it can be used, put into an office or a position.
Examples:
Install a door. Install a chairperson. The new president was installed immediately after the national election.
Erect.
To construct or build something, to cause to rise, adjective, upright or vertical.
Examples:
Erect structure. Keep the flagpole erect. The workers were able to erect the tent in just a few minutes.
Hurdle.
A barrier or obstacle that must be overcome.
Examples:
Overcome hurdles. Hurdle race. The company faced several hurdles in the development of its new product.
Warp.
To twist or bend out of shape, especially as a result of being heated, to distort or twist the meaning or sense of something.
Examples:
Warp under pressure. Become warped. The ship's hull was warped from years of use in rough seas.
Weft.
A thread or yarn that is woven horizontally through a loom, intersecting with the warp and forming the fabric.
Examples:
Weft knitting. Cotton weft. The fabric's weft threads run across the width of the fabric, while the warp threads run lengthwise.
Extreme.
Very great in amount or degree.
Examples:
Extreme sports. Extreme weather events. Solar gravity creates extreme pressures and temperatures.
Gravity.
The force that attracts a body towards the center of the earth or towards any other physical body having mass, a manner that is solemn.
Examples:
The attraction of gravity. Preserve my gravity. The astronaut felt weightless in space due to the absence of gravity.
Zip.
A fastener made of interlocking teeth or ridges that is used to join two edges or pieces of fabric. A sound or motion that resembles the sound made by a zipper when it is pulled, of a computer, a popular file compression and archiving format, short for Zone Improvement Plan, a system of postal codes used in the United States to help facilitate mail delivery more efficiently.
Examples:
Zip code. Zip file. She put her phone in the zip pocket of her backpack.
Slide.
To move or cause to move smoothly along a surface without interruption.
Examples:
Slide a card across the table. Slight a glance. If necessary, you can slide the front seats forward.
Flexible.
Able to change or be changed to suit new conditions or situations, able to bend easily.
Examples:
Flexible schedules. A flexible wire. You can be more flexible and creative in your approach.
Interior.
The inside or inner part of something, the space within the walls of a building.
Examples:
Interior decoration. Plenty of interior space. The painter focused on the moody interiors of abandoned buildings in his work.
Discuss.
To talk about or examine in detail, through conversation or debate, to exchange ideas, opinions, or information on a particular topic.
Examples:
Discuss options. Discuss solutions. We need to discuss the next steps for the project during our meeting tomorrow.
Luminous.
Emitting or reflecting light, especially in the dark, shining or glowing brightly, full of light or enlightenment.
Examples:
Luminous glow. Luminous stars. The room was filled with luminous decorations that shone in the dark.
Reconfigure.
To change the configuration or arrangement of something, often to improve its performance or functionality.
Examples:
Reconfigure the network. Reconfigure the operating system. We need to reconfigure the office layout to use the space better.
Installation.
The act or process of fixing furniture, a machine, or a piece of equipment into position so that it can be used. The act or process of putting into an office or a position.
Examples:
Installation fee. A medical installation. The Queen attested the installation of state ministers to their portfolios.
Partnership.
The state of a cooperative relationship between people or groups, especially in business.
Examples:
Partnership across the Atlantic. Establish a partnership. The military partnership between the two countries created tension in the international community.
Council.
A group of people who have been elected or appointed to make decisions or give advice on a particular subject or in a particular place.
Examples:
Other council members. City council election. The city council voted to approve the new development project.
Participate.
To take part in something.
Examples:
Participate fully in conversation. Participate in the program. The majority of students actively participated in the college's intramural sports program.
Represent.
To speak, act, or be present on behalf of another person or group, to form or constitute.
Examples:
Represent by a diagram. The characters that represent numbers. We elected him to represent us at the international conference.
Supple.
Flexible and easy to bend or move, gracefully agile, adaptable or responsive to change or new ideas.
Examples:
Supple muscles. Supple leather. The ballerina's supple movements left the audience mesmerized.
Rigidity.
The state or quality of being rigid or inflexible, the inability to adapt to change or new circumstances, the condition of being stiff or unyielding.
Examples:
Mental rigidity. Legal rigidity. The rigidity of the school's dress code policy caused much controversy among the students and parents.
Occupy.
To consume all of someone's space, attention, or time.
Examples:
Occupy his time. Occupy a position. The young prince will soon occupy the throne.
Ambiguous.
Open to more than one interpretation, not clear or decided.
Examples:
Ambiguous situation. Clarify ambiguous points. The instructions provided were ambiguous and confused the team.
Blend.
To mix or combine two or more substances.
Examples:
Blend all the elements. Blend milk and cream. The toad altered its appearance to better blend in with its new environments.
Inflate.
To fill something with air or gas so that it becomes bigger and rounder.
Examples:
Inflate a tire. Inflate expense reports. She inflated the balloons for the party.